Our next problem, 3/4 plus 1/6. Are the denominators the same? No, we're going to have to make a common denominator. So let's start out by making our list of multiples. For 4s, we have 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 4, 12. 4 times 4, 16. 5 times 4 is 20. 6 times 4. 7 times 4. 8 times 4. I'm out of space. Now our multiples of 6. 6 times 1. 6 times 2. 6 times 3. 6 times 4. 6 times 5. 6 times 6. 6 times 7. Let's look for our common multiples. We've overlapped 12 and 12. Those work. 24 is in both of our, here's our 24 is the same. And that's all at the half. There were two common multiples, but there are more because this goes on forever. So the overlaps are again and again and again. But we're looking for the least common multiple. Both 24s and 12ths will work in this problem. We could make equivalent fractions for either. Let me show you. If we did an equivalent fractions for 12ths, we would have to say, what times 4 gives me 12? What do I have to multiply 4 times in order to get 12? By 3. So the top number, the numerator, has to be multiplied by 3. 3 times 3 is 9. New problem, because the multiplication for the 6 is different than for 4. How do you get from 6 to 12? You multiply by 2. 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 1 is 2. So our equivalent fraction is 9/12, 2/12. Now our denominators are the same, so we can add the tops. 9 plus 2 is 11, and 12 is our denominator. This is our final answer. This is not reducible. It's in counting order. Remember when I talked about that in a different video? Whenever you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, this is in counting order. So that automatically puts it into lowest terms. But really what lowest terms means is that you can only divide 11 by 1 and 12 by 1. You can't get the numbers any lower than what they are right now, so that it would be in lowest terms. That would be the only factor that would divide into both. If, however, I took my 3/4 and 1/6 and did the problem over again with the 24 this time, it would change the numbers a bit, because in this case 4 times 6 is 24. So 6 times 3 is 18. Do you see how it's much bigger than this? The pieces are a lot smaller though, because 24 is teeny little slivers. And 6 times 4 is 24. So 4 times 1 is 4. Now when we add our top numbers, the numerators, 18 plus 4 is 22, 24ths. And this fraction is an equivalent, it's equal to 11/12, but this is not in the lowest terms. We could divide both of these by 1 for sure, but we could also divide it by 2. And if we did that, 2 divides into 22 11 times, and 2 divides into 24 12 times. So now I'm back to the lowest terms that I got in one step here. So the smallest number that you can work with for multiples, the better off you are.